Hi. I'm going to do a small update unless it turns into something else. You know how that happens. As long as I got something I'm talking about and it's not so redundant, too redundant, over and over again, repetitive, I know I repeat stuff. Some things bear repeating. Some things lately I was just reading scriptures, very enlightening scriptures. And if you go back and you check it out and you do, see, there's a little Book of Mormon. There's a little Book of Mormon inside the Book of Mormon because the Book of Mormon has a few different books in it. Like, starts out with First Nephi, but I don't have them all memorized. I just know that I went to the end of the book. I read that little book called the Book of Mormon, and that was quite enlightening, and it wasn't really all pretty to be listening to. I'm sorry about that. I didn't like that. But we do need to know what happened here. And we do need to know what's coming if we don't change our ways. It's already came. It's already here. The house of Israel, you guys, I don't know if you realize what that is. Go back in the time of the Ten Commandments, that movie with Charlton Heston. And he was saying, let my people go, or set my people free, or whatever. It's quite a famous little statement. I say it a lot. Set my people free, man. Why do we have to have all this oppression? Now I know what oppression means, because I really didn't know what the word oppression means. But maybe it's the force to stay down. I'll have to look that up and see if I'm right, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Oppression. We're not allowed to grow. We're not allowed to be free, although we're supposed to be free. So all kinds of things are created out of that, anger, stuff that doesn't need to be around. If we took care of things without trying to make money off of everybody, and you did it out of love and freedom, and you just let people be, then you wouldn't have them coming back on you. Really, what a peaceful world this could be. And it will be. One day, probably sooner than we think. I don't really know, but I do know from reading those things, that's what I started to tell you. Go back on my stuff, write this down, get a pen and paper, write it down. You need to go to, the very first thing, I'm going to lose what I'm talking about. The very first thing you need to do is go to the App Store and get the app, Gospel Library. And I'm sure it's going to pull up. There'll be a statue of Jesus Christ, an outline of Jesus Christ, like they call a Christus or something, on the app. Just get that app. And then that'll give you the Old Testament, which is, the Old Testament and the New Testament are separate books on there. Well, they are as choices, because you'll make a choice, and then you'll go to that, like the Old Testament. You want to read something in Exodus or something like that. So you go to the Old Testament, click on that, then that'll pop up with all the books that's in there. And then you tap on Exodus, and then or whichever one you want, and it'll take you there. And then you can pick which chapter you want to be in. And then you can scroll to a verse. It's really cool. So, if you will just get that app, I know some of you people don't need to worry about it, you already got it. Get the Gospel Library app on your phone or on your tablet, whatever, your computer. And then actually it'll read it to you if you want it to, which I suggest that you have it be read to you. That way the punctuation and all that stuff is done. Because it does make a difference in how you understand the scriptures if you read it with the punctuation. And even just one word or one little teeny phrase, if it's not done right, changes the meanings of what is being said. So it's important. And don't feel like you can't do it, because it makes it a lot easier. It really makes it easier. If you just pay attention to the commas, the semicolons and the commas and the periods. And, it's kind of like music. There's different spaces for different things, like a half note, a quarter note, a whole note. than elongated note. Anyway, it is like that. So I know I'm losing my train of thought because I can't stay on it for very long. Okay, so here's the deal. You do that so that you get the scriptures on your device. And then, really, should go back and check my stuff out and do the Book of Mormon. I think there's only 9 chapters, okay? The Book of Mormon. So I read each chapter as one into itself. And then some of it I did commentary on because I know the Book of Mormon, that is my calling. I am to teach the Book of Mormon. It was my calling before I came to this earth, okay? Just like Joseph Smith had a calling to translate those plays, to guard and start the church and go through all that crap. Now I have someone in the hallways here. Anyway, I forget what I was saying. I'm going to go.